Hello and welcome to Matchday Live, Manchester City fans, wherever you are watching around the world. My name is Cel Spellman and I'm delighted to be with you and building up to our second game of our pre-season tour in Asia. We kicked things off in Hong Kong as we took on Inter Milan. 1-1 it was at full time, lost on penalties. Second game we moved to South Korea as we take on the League Allstars. And to help me build up to this game, I have got, you'll see alongside me in the studio, the legends that are Mr. Nicky and Michael Brown. Now, before I come to them, we're going to get our team straight away from another legend, the ever-present Alistair Mann. Here he is bringing us our Manchester City starting 11.
Yeah, thanks, Cal. And there's a couple of changes from the 11 that started against Inter at the weekend. Gianluigi Donnarumma is still in goal. And then it looks as though Kuzanov's going to be at right back today, or maybe even right of three centre-halves. We can discuss that a little later on. Ruben Diaz for his first appearance. He was on the bench but not able to play, having just touched down at the weekend. He's also captain today. And Joško Gvardiol could be a back three. You never know. We'll discuss that in detail a bit later on. We've got Rico Lewis and, of course, Mateo Kovacic and Tijani Reinders, which again might suggest that Rico Lewis is either at a wing-back or he's going to play alongside Kovacic. And then after that, we got Antoine Semenyo, Phil Foden, and again up top leading the line is Divine Morbama. There are a whole stack of substitutes, as you can see. Quite a few of them didn't actually get any minutes on Saturday against Inter. Maybe they'll get some time today, we shall see. I'm going to go back to the studio. I'm going to say to you in the studio, Nicky and Michael, it could be a back three with two wing backs, or it might not. What do you think?
With over on the Manchester City app. You'll be able to subscribe for that if you want to get involved with their commentary. But he's kicked off the show for me. How do we think they're going to line up? Michael, I'm going to come to you. We were having a little discussion before.
You know what? This time of year now is pre-season. We're trying to judge a new manager. And it's not always about the positions where they play now. It's about getting minutes, just getting an understanding of rhythms, what the manager expects. We're going to see him tinker, change as they go. But we could see Rico play at right back. I think Aït-Nouri is the one where you're sort of going, where does that happen? Does Rico go into midfield? But if you look at the other guys, I think there's enough in there. We might see Aït-Nouri in a different position. He can play higher up on that left-hand side to give a little bit of support in a forward area. So it might be a back four. Joško Gvardiol could drop in at left back. Lots of flexibility. Let's wait and see. In-game changes. But I think it could be heading more likely to a back four, we would think.
So, who knows? If it was that, so it would be then Rico, it would be then Kusanov and Diaz, Gvardiol left back, Aït-Nouri up on the top left. When Rico, obviously, Rico was one of the only players in the first pre-season game to play the full 90 minutes, did the first half at right back, and then Enzo put him into that midfield role. I wondered, Nicky, how do you think he got in there? Because he does seem to feel, he's comfortable at right back, but Pep also enjoyed him in them tight spaces, and Enzo wanted to see how he got on.
Yeah, and you've got no John Stones to do it now, because he used to come from centre-half into that midfield, didn't he? So it's a line-up that's very flexible. Like Brownie said, it could be a three, probably will be a four. But Rico can play numerous positions. Obviously, Gvardiol can play centre-half and left back, and Aït-Nouri can play one up as well. So, listen, there can be lots of rotations in there, lots of flexibility. It is pre-season. We'll have to see how they line up as well. So whatever they start with might not necessarily stay that way, and they'll have to evolve with the game. But like Brownie said, there's loads of flexibility in there. And one thing I would say is a really strong lineup, pretty about as strong as it could have gone. So he wants to sort of, we're getting towards I know pre-season's only just sort of started in terms of games, but the pre-season's not that far away. So he's starting to get to where he wants to get to. Obviously, we've got a few players missing from the World Cup, but yeah, it's a really strong lineup.
How do you manage like pre-season games? Obviously, how choosing players that are going to play one half? I think it was Phil and someone else who maybe they got around that 70-minute mark. Is it kind of you chatting to your coaching staff, seeing who can play what, or how do you manage that? Really?
Listen, the loads will be managed, so everything they do in training, everything will be managed. They'll know exactly, how many minutes they want to get into certain players, how many, what kilometres they want to get into certain players, what intensity they want them to work at. So every day in training will be built up to match days, and it's almost scientific now, and they'll have an idea exactly how many minutes Phil Foden will play today, and all they'll know exactly what's going to happen. They've got loads of players on the bench to make as many changes as they want. I don't think it'll be a case of we'll see how the game goes and make the changes. It'll be already sort of pre-planned.
What was most important for you? I mean, I guess it's different for players. Would it be the training, behind the scenes, the building up to match fitness? Was it actually the stuff on the pitch in the games when you're able to, try the new tactical things the manager are playing? Or, I wondered, and is it different player to player?
It's a bit of everything.
Yeah.
I think that's what you've got to look at and consider. And sometimes they want to fatigue you to then send you out to play, which is always strange. So, like yesterday, you could have had a really strong loading day, yet you're going to play 45 to 60 minutes. And each player can adapt differently. What's so difficult with this squad and with the World Cup, how do you manage that?
Yeah.
And it's going to be to shoe on as you go, forecasting games that are starting to come when you go Community Shield, the first game, when everybody starts to come back, or at different times also. Some are not going on the tour, as we know. But yeah, it's such a difficult one. And a new manager as well, you're sort of going, right, I wish I had my group.
Yeah.
Day dot, straight away. Yes, we're going to have ins and outs like everybody does in pre-season, but it would make it so much more comfortable. So he's up against it there.
Yeah.
He's getting as much minutes and getting a squad of understanding what's going to be different. I don't think we're going to see huge changes tactically than what we had with Pep Guardiola, but there will be a few because the personnel's different. You've got to find their strengths. But yeah, it's fascinating. I'm looking forward to it. I feel like it's a good opportunity. It's a different test, and I'm looking forward to you reading the opposition out, Cal.
Thank you. Well, I was going to, but then what I did think was maybe actually I'm going to let Alistair Mann do that. I think it's we share the load
He's born to do that sort of thing, isn't he?
We share the load on Matchday Live. So listen, I'll see how I feel when we bring you the K-League All-Stars team a little bit later on. Let's talk a little bit more about Manchester City. And when you said it there, of course, there's still players to come back from the World Cup. Ruben Diaz has come straight in there, and it has been mentioned, we've lost a few players in the summer that been around for a long time, big characters, big voices, John Stones, the experience of Nathan Ake, Bernardo Silva. Great to see Diaz coming straight back in there, and we know how important he is, not just kind of on the pitch, but off the pitch as well. You'd probably think one of the leadership group, Nicky.
Absolutely. I mean, the three players you've just mentioned there, try to think how many trophies they've won between them. It'll be a lot. And yeah, so it's a bit of a transitional period. But we've had it before in the last few years. It seems to be every year there seems to be a few of the stalwarts of the team, that the spine of the team is sort of leaving every year. So, and again, obviously with the new manager coming in, it gives him an opportunity to bring new players in. So it's going to be a little bit of a different City team to start with. Obviously, we've got like Elliot Anderson coming and what have you. So yeah, so it's going to be a different team. But listen, Enzo Maresca knows exactly what he's doing. He's been here before, so he knows some of the players. They'll have identified individuals that they want. He'll have a certain playing style and philosophy that he'll want to get over to his players, which is not always easy pre-season when it's you've not got all your squad in. But it's the same for a lot of managers. It's just how it is in modern day football. But yeah, listen, pre-season, it's main thing for me is not getting anyone injured.
Yeah.
Hopefully everyone comes through unscathed. And yeah, everyone gets the fitness in, and then they're raring to go that first game of the season.
Another player with bags of experience, and I was so happy to see an interview literally only a couple of days ago about him saying that he's definitely here this season. He spoke to the manager, he's in his plans, Mateo Kovacic. And I think given a few of them players I've mentioned that have left, how important is his experience, and also, Michael, a position that you know so well, just how good is he and what can he bring to this City team in midfield this season?
Joe, you look back to the cup final, the end of the season, and he come and joined us Matchday Live pitch side, and I just felt he's so humble. I've met him several times, either away from the training ground or away from games, and he just has such an aura, although very, very level.
Yeah.
Very calm. He's very much a giving person to the rest of the group. I think he's going to be so important, vital for the younger players and the change around. And if I'm coming into Manchester City and I'm just looking, and you look around, there's winners everywhere, I'm looking at him and going, absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
The way he just sets himself, the way he leads, his football brain, his intelligence. So, yeah, it'll be important. It's great to see him going to be around it, because there was a few things where you're looking, is he going to be part of it? The midfield's going to be really competitive. and rightly so at this football club. That's a given, but he's going to contribute in lots of ways.
I think he's a real player's player as well, isn't he? Probably doesn't get the appreciation of the fans for how good he is, but the lads who are playing around him will know just how good he is and how he keeps that knitted together. He missed quite a bit of last year, but you know, the clubs he's been at and the things he's won, he is a top player that just goes under the radar a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
So important for the group.
I like how he drives through the middle at times. He takes a risk.
Yeah,
he's different to others.
Yeah,
you just have him as a slow, like, link player, but then all of a sudden, if you watch him, he will make that run through.
Yeah,
he's different. When you need a variety in different games to break through teams who just sit and obviously don't move when City play them.
One man who was on the score, got our goal, and he's starting today, of course, the striker Mubama. Great to see him again, and it was kind of something I mentioned in the first game, but it feels like, Nicky, a real opportunity, whether it's for Mubama or Mukasa. You know, bar Haaland, not really another recognised striker in the squad, and you know, always you think, well, who can we go and get? But there's a chance here, I guess, for the likes of Mubama or Divine Mukasa to go, hey, I can be the man.
Absolutely, because obviously, listen, we know Haaland's the main man. That's a given. That's how it is. That's a given. But in terms of depth underneath him, we've not got loads. I seen him play last year. I think it was Salford in the FA Cup. He did the game, and he did well there. And again, pre-season, it's a great opportunity for people to impress. Because unless something happens to Haaland, he's not going to get his chance. But it's nice to get his chance in pre-season. Then, if anything does happen to Haaland, manager won't be afraid to put him in. We see it a couple of pre-seasons ago with Nico O'Reilly over in the States. He was pretty much unknown. Then he had a fantastic pre-season, and he's suddenly, you know, a ready-made player. So pre-season's so important. Great for him to get the minutes. Hopefully, he can get on the score sheet again to boost his confidence even more. But yeah, really important for these young players to get the minutes. And if they do have to play in the Premier League or other cup competitions, then they'll be more.
You've heard it first. Haaland's under pressure.
There we go.
You might be
not sure about that, Brownie.
This is one of those positions, isn't it? And you're going, well, I've got a chance here. I've got a chance, and then you're sort of going, oh, really? I might just have to wait a little bit longer. I might be able to feature in a couple of the cup games.
That's it.
But it's great for the younger players. You know, we want to see him playing as many minutes, and they'll only develop, only get better, when they go out on loan and come back. And how do we find a way of getting more forward players, like another striker?
Yeah.
You know, how can we do that? And that's something that'll be important, won't it? That we need a bit of support. We need somebody to be able to take that on, rather than just a front three, isn't it? Do you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Semenyo can do it.
But it's a difficult one to go into the market and buy an out-and-out number 9, isn't it?
Yes.
They're not going to play.
Yeah.
So it's a really sort of difficult one, because obviously Erling Haaland, best striker in the world.
And how much as well would they? I mean, because like you said, I mean, Bam was great against Salford City. I think he was unlucky because he went to Stoke, hit the ground running, and then picked up a little foot injury. Mukasa as well then spent the back end of the season at Leicester. So I guess as well, that experience for them to come back in as well is vital for them, because they've gone and done it at other clubs in the Championship
and also,
as well.
You know, playing for the under-21s is great for them, and playing the European stuff and all that, but going and playing men's football where it really matters, whether that be, you know, Championship, League One, whatever it is, it really it mans you up a little bit and makes you understand what a dressing room's like on match day and how much it means to people. So yeah, it's just everything they can sort of absorb now is just more experience than going forward. Completely.
That was Mubama's goal there against Inter Milan, which of course was our first game in Hong Kong. We can now actually hear from Tijani Reinders. He is, of course, starting today. Here he's speaking to the host broadcaster about today's game against the League Allstars in Seoul.
The food is good, so yeah, we are enjoying it. But most of all, we are here to work hard to get ready for the season. So I hope we can see some things, but the focus is on our season, of course. We've had our first match in Hong Kong. We draw there, but there were many learning points, and yeah, we want to develop our tactics, our physical strength. So yeah, this game will be very important for us as well. Yeah.
Tijani Reinders there. That's speaking to the host broadcasters over in Seoul in South Korea. Don't worry, we've got our guys down on the ground. We're going to be hearing from FG, Scott Carson and Shaun Wright-Phillips in just a little bit. But now we can hear from Georgina and Braden. They join us via live. Braden, great to see you. Georgina, welcome to Matchday Live. So great to have you on. Give us your thoughts on the team, and also just obviously the start of pre-season is always exciting, having had that first game.
Definitely. Thank you so much, guys, for having me on. First of all, I'm so excited to be here. The Inter game was really exciting for me. I saw a few players that we've not really been able to see shine yet, and it's been really, really great. One of those players, obviously, being Semenyo. I thought he was really aggressive on the ball. He looked really dangerous and quite confident, which is kind of something that we missed last season. So I'm really excited to see his development. Of course, obviously, with the academy players as well, I really enjoyed watching Funi. I think he had some great defensive moments. But what I liked watching him was he also created chances, which was nice as well. And I also really enjoyed watching Ryan McAdoo. I'm absolutely gutted that he's picked up a little injury, but hopefully he'll be back soon.
Yeah, it's a great mention, actually. It's worth mentioning because I know probably a lot of City fans were thinking we'll see him again. I think Enzo mentioned it was a slight shoulder problem, but nothing too serious. But he really was a standout in the second half. And Brady, is there anyone else coming into this game as well that maybe you'd be off the kind of back of what we were saying there from the academy, those players that we don't necessarily get to see too much of? Who are you excited maybe to see in the first half or maybe in the second half?
Yeah, definitely. How's everyone doing? First of all, thanks for having me on. I'm just looking forward to seeing all of them, really. I think Macassar would be a good one if he came on. And one that's maybe not an academy player, but I'd probably like to see a lot more of, is Echeverri. I know he came on, I don't know if you remember, Pep brought him on in the cup final, didn't he? And
yeah.
he obviously came on last time. I think he's a really good player, and he always looks promising when he comes off the bench. And I always say to Dad, I wonder if he'll ever get his chance in the first team. So I think I'd like to see, a bit more of Echeverri come off the bench. But then, of course, it's a chance for all the young lads. I'm sure there'll be loads of changes at half-time. I mean, we saw loads last time. And yeah, as I say, it's pre-season. It's just a chance to see some of the younger players shine. I thought McAdoo, everyone thinks McAdoo was unbelievable last time. He was amazing when he came off the bench. As I say, I'm a bit gutted that he's injured today. But he again could be the next one to break through, or somebody else might shine today.
Yeah.
But I think away from the academy, I don't know if you agree, Echeverri, what do you think?
Well, we'll open that up to the guests, and we're going to come back to you guys in just a little bit. But yeah,
he's looking sharp. He was doing himself getting himself ready. We were watching you, mate, while you were there, waiting, getting your t-shirt, getting you ready. Your hair's had a go. Hey, looking forward to some of your stuff this year, mate.
Thanks very much. Thank you. I'll make sure my hair's proper good for you when I see you in person.
That's it. And also, it's George, great to welcome you onto Matchday Live as well. So more from you on this show and plenty more throughout the season as well. I hope. But we're going to pause here in the studio because we can now go to Seoul in South Korea. Here are FG Scott Carson and Shaun Wright-Phillips.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're coming to you live from Seoul, the World Cup Stadium. First things first, I'll address what Brownie said to Braden about him getting new hair and stuff. He's looking great. I might need to get a link off him and try that out too. With Scott Carson, Shaun Wright-Phillips, new surroundings. The difference from Hong Kong is the weather is a lot hotter here. It's a lot more humid at pitchside. You can probably tell I'm already sweating. Shaun, as the pro he is not sweating at all. And Scott, I don't think I've seen you sweat once when we've been out.
I copied off you and thought I'll come in my pyjamas, so I'm all right. I feel quite airy.
As you can see, Scott Carson has really taken to Matchday Live and been shown the ropes by Shaun Wright-Phillips. You look really smart yourself, mate. The socks, quite good. I could have done with them on the first day, but never mind. Listen, it's our second game of pre-season. Super excited for it. Enzo Maresca will be desperate to get his first win, but from a Manchester City's perspective, they've had that one game. How do you expect them to start off? We've seen the starting lineup. It's quite strong, of course. Diaz is coming in. He's making a start as well, which is good to see. Vardiol as well, we think might be at left back, but we're not too sure as of yet. The players will be feeling sharper already, but dealing with this humidity, do you think it'll take some off the tempo?
And yeah, they're going to have to be very, very clever in the way they play. They're going to have to take chances and risk a lot of things, because pre-season is about getting fitter and trying things. But at the same time, when they got the ball, they have to try and retain it in those good areas, because they're playing against a team that's used to this heat, the humidity, and will be able to run the way they will start the game for pretty much 90 minutes. So they're going to have to play clever, but pick the risk-taking at the right times.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott, I mean, you've been involved in many pre-seasons. We saw in the first one the level that they played at. I actually thought it was a really high-level game of football, considering Inter had played a game before City, and it was City's first. Do you expect that level to keep rising here in Seoul?
Yeah, I think it will. I think, obviously, the heat is going to play a part, because it is, like you said, totally different to Hong Kong. But they've obviously got that first however long, 45, 60 minutes, whatever it was for, in the legs, and they're going to feel fitter every single day. But I was a little bit surprised how strong he's gone again. But obviously it's pretty close to the start of the season, and he wants to get the lads up to speed as fast as possible.
And you know him quite well as well. How much will he be already having an eye on that first game at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff, the Community Shield against Arsenal? That could be the perfect start for him to lift the trophy and to get that out the way early.
Well, I think you've only got to look at the side, and obviously there's only one other pre-season game after this, so he's obviously trying to get his messages across as quick as possible, and he's going to want to go into that Community Shield and win it. To win a trophy on your first competitive game as manager, it will give him a big lift.
We mentioned the heat earlier at the top of the show, but I'll do it again. So essentially, this has been the hottest weather Seoul has ever seen. You can see by our pictures on the screen. I mean, look, she's enjoying herself out in the heat, Shaun. How have you found it?
I've been all right, to be fair. Yeah, it has been hot and sweaty, especially when we did what we did this morning. But after living in Arizona, I'm just a little bit used to it as well.
Yeah, any tips for me? Because I look like I've had a shower.
Like Scotty said, don't wear your pyjamas.
You weren't sweating as much this morning. I don't know what's happened to you.
You know what? Well, listen, that content will get rolled out in the Atletico fixture. So, I mean, that's one to talk about at another time. But it's safe to say we dressed up for the occasion today, and I was styled by my two stylists. I probably didn't get the memo because Scott's already said that I had pyjamas on to start things off. We're looking behind us at the players behind us, of course. That is the League Allstars, a side made up of the best players here in Seoul. A fantastic opportunity for them as well. When you're coming up against a side that necessarily you don't really know too much about, Shaun, is the preparation very much concentrated on your way, just like it is in pre-season, the way that Enzo wants to play, with it being a new manager, new patterns, new relationships forming on the pitch as well?
Yeah, 100%. I think if you saw the game against Milan, for those who watched it, you could see the players were working on certain patterns. Me and Scotty were talking earlier in the car, and we noticed the wingers were gambling a little bit more and staying higher, which was not a hindrance, but there was a tactical situation which Enzo addressed, where the wing-backs were getting out because our wingers weren't deep enough at the time to try and intercept that. But I think today will be a completely different game, and I think they will get a little bit more freedom, and when they do, they have to be prepared to punish them with those patterns that they've learned.
Divine Mabama was the man who scored the first goal under the Enzo Maresca era. Really fantastic moment for him. He gets another start today. That'll fill him with a lot of confidence, won't he? Of course, we spoke about Semenyo as well, how good he was on the left-hand side in that game. But from Divine's perspective, a young player here on tour, is that not just an epitome of what pre-season is all about for these young players? Getting your opportunity and doing your best to try and take it.
Yeah, of course it is. And I think the way probably Enzo's going to want to play similar to Pep. If he need an out ball, they're going to have the big strong out upfield, and he's going to be vital in holding that ball up and letting the rest of the lads push up the field.
Yeah, you can see on the screen right now, we're looking at that goal, Shaun. I mean, we have to concentrate on the wing play there by Semenyo. I mean, I know you can appreciate it. We had the pleasure of speaking to him pitch side in Hong Kong after that game. He did so well, and it looks like he had multiple minutes already in his legs. How difficult is that to do for a winger at the start of pre-season?
You can definitely tell, like, even though his World Cup moments after that, you can still see he's kept himself somewhat in shape. He didn't come away from that World Cup and just say, okay, I'm not going to do anything until pre-season. He came here ready to start pre-season on fire, and normally when you can start a pre-season like that, you know you're going to keep getting the games. It can only go one way, and to get an assist on just the way he got it like that, and Obama in the box, there's little elements of that remind me his position and way he picked it up and tapped it in. Somewhere where Haaland would be, if you think about it, when that ball comes in, Haaland would be in and around those areas as well, and that's what City need, another replacement for the time at the beginning of the season, because as much as we want him to play, we know Haaland is unlikely to start the season for 90 minutes.
Yeah, he'll be super, super confident. You can hear the noise around the stadium now. Our Manchester City players are coming out here for the first time at the Seoul World Cup Stadium to warm up. The music's playing out loud. And speaking of music, you guys have had a few fun activations whilst being on this Asia tour. And one of them's when you went to a record store. I haven't seen this footage yet, but Scott, I heard it was quite difficult for you to pick your favourite records.
Right, it was on fire. Whatever he wanted, he found it. But I think every song I asked him for, they either never heard of it or didn't have it. And I think in the end he got sick of me asking and even said to me, that one's sold out, so I think I just don't think he had my sort of music.
So what Scott's trying to say is all of the music was sold out that he likes. He's a man of good taste, quite clearly. Let's head to that BT now and have a look. I can't wait for this one.
Sold out? Not surprised. It's the best song in the world. No wonder it's sold out.
It's really cool. Hi, you all right?
Hello.
Hi, you okay? Nice to meet you. That's great. We've got a little challenge on here.
Yes, looking forward to it.
This is actually one, you know. My mum used to play this on a Sunday morning.
I need your glasses, I think.
They're not even working. I got my first one. It's not just about the track. It's about, for me, the artist, Aretha Franklin. My mum. It reminds me of my mum.
Aquarius, Oasis. I was looking for my first album, but obviously a big Oasis fan growing up, right bang in my era. And that was probably one of my favourite songs, so I'll pick that one.
No, that's fine. I know about my Erykah Badu. Okay. Oh, got ya. Boom, Erykah Badu. One of my favourite songs, Apple Tree. You got to listen to it, it's really cool.
Excuse me, any Tracy Chapman?
Tracy Chapman?
Chapman? No. That's a blow. That's a big blow.
Scotty, I'm winning it, I'm on 2.
Just ask for an album, they haven't got it. They've got every other album in the world, they haven't got that one. I'm going to go for Mardy Bum.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an old classic. I think if I went outside in a little bit of a mood and needed to just to relax a little bit, I think Mardy Bum and Arctic Monkeys would get me going.
Right, something to get you hyped.
Pompeii, Bastille.
All right, yeah, cool, I'm done. Right, I'm like really old school, ain't I?
Sold out. Sold out, not surprised. It's the best song in the world, no wonder it's sold out.
Give me one more chance. There you go, that's what I'm going with. That was a little bit hype in my youth days growing up, or going to house parties when I was younger.
Yeah, I've finally found a song that in the record shop that's got 1 million records. Finally found one I like. Got me out back in the day. Damien Rice, Cannonball.
Take it back to your DJing days.
It actually has. I remember the times I used to bunk school on a Friday to go to a place called Nicky Black Market Records in central London. And that was when it was like jungle and drum and bass and stuff like that, so it's pretty cool.
Surely they have Sam Fender.
Do you have the new Drake album? All right. Well, that's kind of killed me, innit?
Have you got one sold out? Good. Excuse me, any Sam Fender? Sam Fender. No, again.
We're gonna go Dizzy Rascal. There's a lot of energy behind his music, and there's where he represents grime. I grew up listening to grime, drum and bass, and all things like that. So yeah, I'm going for Dizzy.
Clint Eastwood, that was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's a classic.
It's a bit of a classic tune. Celebrate a win with a bit of Clint Eastwood.
Looking for like some dance?
Yeah, like exciting music, groovy, nothing slow.
Okay.
Slow's boring. I like fast. Yeah?
We recommend this one.
Why?
It's called Afterglow. Some of the track with vocal, and most of the track is instrumental.
Oh, sick.
Yeah,
All
very
right.
nice.
Well, this is what we're going to go with then, aren't we? I'm going to go with this because it says it's very exciting, very groovy, and people like to dance to it. So it's a wrap for me. Got all my 5 vinyl right here. Boom. Today would be nice, Scott.
Something pretty relaxed, pretty chilled, but gives you a good feeling. So I'm going to pick Roll With It by Oasis.
Yeah, that was a little bit difficult for you, Scott, for sure. But you did the job. Well done. How's your experience been so far since you've been in Seoul? That video was taken in Hong Kong. We're now here in Seoul. We were greeted at the airport by thousands of City fans. How's it been for you so far?
Yeah, like you said, it was mad coming through the airport, wasn't it? Thousands of people. But no, obviously, we all know how warm it is. That's the biggest thing. But no, we went to the Palace today. Me and Wrighty went to the Man City Puma pop-up shop. So that was good. So we've got a few more activities rest of the week, so we're looking forward to them.
Yeah, we of course launched our away kit whilst we were in Hong Kong, and Puma have carried it on, Sean, haven't they, with the Man City Content House, I think it's called, which is absolutely incredible here in Seoul. How was the experience there? Another meet and greet for you guys there as well?
Yeah, it was really cool. It's something completely different to what I've ever done, and maybe what Scott's ever experienced, and to see the way that the club and Puma put it together was really awesome, and to meet the fans there. It's just a pity that it took us 2 hours to get from here to the game.
Yeah, there was no helicopters available, unfortunately, for the guys, so they had to settle for their limousine, which took a while to turn round the corners. Let's just have a quick word once again then on this team then. So our players are warming up right now. We expect changes as always. Just a question, Scott, in the lead up to this, how much hydration will the players be doing, and in how advanced will the hydration be for a situation like this? Because the moment they landed, they would have been aware of how hot it is.
Yeah, I think obviously Tom, the nutritionist, he'll have been on them straight away. Not even on the trip. As soon as they got back in pre-season, they'd been on them. But obviously, when you're flying, they're always giving you hydration tablets and keeping tabs on how well hydrated you are. And I think as a footballer, you do know that it's obviously crucial, and your nutrition. So I don't think that's not going to be a problem for the lads today. They're fully clued up on all that.
Sean, quick one before we head on to speak to Ali in a moment. Who are you most looking forward to seeing? Ryan Mercado, of course, Enzo mentioned, isn't available. He's got a slight shoulder issue. He said it's not a problem. Who in this team are you looking forward to seeing today?
You know what? Last time I did pick, obviously, Monga, but to be honest, this time I just want to see how the teams function again and see if they can function at that level they did against that Inter Milan team, because like we've all said, Inter Milan were a game in front of us and we didn't look light years away from them. With it was a very strong team, but remember, we still have a few players that ain't even back to training yet. So there's nothing but positives out there for me.
Yeah, absolutely. It's great to see our players coming back slowly. Of course, the players who are not with us, that's because they did so well at the World Cup. It's a new era here at Manchester City. You just saw that man on the screen, Enzo Maresca. They're currently doing the Man City team news. That was a roar for Phil Foden. We're moving away from the Manchester City team news now. We're going to focus on the K-League Allstars. And who better than to speak to than the man who knows pretty much everything? It's Alistair Mack.
Thank you very much, FG. Well, I've certainly got the K-League All-Stars 11 for you first and foremost. Song Bum Kyun is the goalkeeper. Then Kim Moon Hwan. Yazan is alongside him. Hwo Hyung Won. Lee Ki Hyok. Kim Dae Won. Kim Bong Soo. Mateus. Park Tai Jun. Yago and Lee Dong Yong. If you're unfamiliar with the way this particular fixture works, in essence, these are the very best players who play in the equivalent of the English Premier League, the K-League, here in Seoul. Well, in fact, throughout South Korea, Seoul, of course, the capital. So it's a select 11 with a number of high-profile substitutes as well. There are actually 2 head coaches at the helm. Not sure how that will play out, but we'll see who makes the final decision. But the bottom line is, this has been a very high-profile fixture down the years. All sorts of very big opponents have come here and faced the select team, the likes of Barcelona, Juventus and Atletico Madrid, actually, who are City's next opponents here in Seoul on Sunday. So that's the lineup today, made up from a number of different sides across South Korea, and it should be a very entertaining watch. Certainly the previous games over the years have always been so. Right, that is the look of the side here. Let's go to our very own select bunch of All-Stars with Kel as the manager.
Thank you so much, Alistair, man. And I can confirm all pronunciations spot on. That's exactly what I would have said, Michael. Just.
What do you think about the substitutes, Cal?
Cool, yeah. I mean, I could have run them through them, but time is of the essence.
Yeah,
25 minutes till kick-off, so better get it moving. But it's interesting, the All-Stars, though, isn't it? I don't know if you've ever come across or done that when you were playing. FG asked it, but Do you prepare it any differently? Because you're not necessarily looking at a team.
It's so tough, isn't it? Do you know, it's just a fantastic opportunity for them, isn't it? Do you know, to come up against a really, really strong Manchester City side. But again, when you talk about rhythms and patterns, you can't really get that in because the timings just don't really allow it. You just got to trust that you've got good players, you know your job, you know your role how you want, and then you can only be really a basic setup. There's just not enough time. I think that's the point. So it'll still be a big test because they'll be itching to do as well as they possibly can, and you know how professional everything will be over there. And I find it really tough. That will be.
Yeah, it is one of them. They're going to be giving it their all, but it's pre-season.
They'll have the objectives, what they want to get out of it. Mainly, it'll be fitness, no injuries, work on certain patterns. Obviously, not really sure what they're going to do because it's a selected 11. So yeah, but again, it's just about getting minutes into the lads' legs. Hopefully, come through with a win, a few goals. No injuries.
No injuries. That's always the most important thing. Well, since we are playing the K-League All-Stars, we thought we'd try and bring our very own All-Stars to the show. We were asked to choose our All-Star Manchester City 11. And we're going to begin... Well, I'm going to kick things off, and then we'll be getting Nicky Weaver's, Michael Brown, and Braden and Georgina's as well. So I think we're going to be bringing up a graphic here. So here it is. This is my All-Star 11. In goal, Ederson. Back four of Kyle Walker, John Stones, Vincent Kompany, Gail Clichy, left back for myself. Then my midfield, well, I kind of had Rodri and Yaya holding alongside each other. In front of them either side, De Bruyne and David Silva. And then two in attack of Erling Haaland and Sergio Aguero. And if I may say so, I feel like that is a beast of a team, Michael Brown.
I'm looking at it, it's really strong, as expected. You know, you forgot about a lot of legends of the football club, Cal.
Yeah.
So that go back a long, long way. It's just about the here and now for you. Is that the way?
It was on this one. I did also do like a favourite City 11, but we had to go for the best that I'd seen, or maybe in the I've seen best back in the day, but. Got to say, the success has come
it's
in recent
years. Very,
years.
very strong team, isn't it?
It is. I mean, just even, I would love to have seen, I mean, De Bruyne and David, we did get to see together, but Rodri and Yaya together, I think, in them holding roles would have been unbelievable. And also, I do think Aguero and Haaland...
That's a shame for Fernandinho for what he's done for the football club.
He might have made my favourite 11, actually. You never know.
Just not made it. Really.
It's a strong subs bench, Kel, anyway, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was. It was a really strong sub bench. Nicky, should we see what you went for Manchester City All-Star 11? OK, three at the back.
Well, because I couldn't really put a left back in there.
OK.
I just sort of went for that, and it's a bit similar to yours, really, in terms of personal. I just felt I had to get Colin Bell in there, who, the great Colin Bell. And,
of course.
And goalkeepers, Edison's probably, the most decorated one. Joe Hart, I think, fantastic. But I just think the Bert Trautmann story, I had the pleasure of meeting him a few times, but this story, breaking his neck in the cup final with Prison War and everything, it just, he's sort of... Everyone knows who Bert Trautmann is.
Yes.
And it's a few generations ago. So, yeah, very similar to your team in terms of personnel, but, yeah, I could have picked three teams.
Of course.
But, yeah, very... I just felt I had to have a little bit of a nod to the past there because you could just go top-heavy with all the recent stuff because that's been obviously the most successful.
I think that's such a great shout. I mean, as well.
Very balanced, Nicky. Very
try
balanced.
it. Well, you've got to try it.
I mean, getting Colin Bell in there.
Not sure how Colin Bell would have felt being left wing-back, he sort of...
Yeah, but then it's the great thing about that midfield, they've all just been rotating.
They could rotate and,
But that would imagine seeing Colin Bell and Kevin De Bruyne together as well. That would have been some duo. Should we see yours, Michael Brown? Then I mean, I'm very intrigued.
Very intrigued. Go on, then. I've left it.
Here
you go.
I like it, Brown.
There you go.
What, though? OK.
So you go left, I've gone right. I've just threw a bit of something in,
I like this. Talk us through it then. I mean,
we'd change it.
Straight away.
I mean, Tony Coate was the goalkeeper when I come through, so there's a lot of respect for Tony Coate.
Yes.
But obviously, when you look at Schmeichel, not necessarily at City, but overall, if you talk about this recent era, I think it speaks for himself, not necessarily in a blue shirt, but of what he brought. The rest, you go, Kyle Walker's a given.
Phenomenal.
Delphi played with me at Leeds when he was a young kid, and for him to go and do what he did, I felt like it was the start of Pep changing this midfield and this role into hybrid fullback.
Yeah.
And I felt like he did it very well, and then it's copied and it's been so successful for the football club.
True.
So I just look how Delphi's done. Finley Company speaks to himself. Curly was, again, was a Rolls Royce, the highest, most expensive defender in his time.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Curly was. And he was somebody, obviously, who was in the team when I was coming through into the football club. Followed on into Sheffield United. He does a lot for Matchday Live, we know. So I just felt to mix it up rather than the obvious. There's so many players. Georgie King-Clatsey.
Yeah.
For all the ones who didn't know him.
Yeah.
He is David Silva of that day. If he'd have been in a different team, Waves,
he should have
gone on and been
on
top player. He had everything. It didn't go his way. I think the rest, Fernandinho, I was just obviously giving you a little bit of stick for. But you know what was crazy? I was a young player, and I'd obviously developed my career at Man City, and then this player came in the door, and I was just thinking of it the other day, and I was like, Peter Beardsley.
Yeah.
And I think he only made 6 appearances.
I remember him coming,
but when he came, I was like, this is Peter Beardsley. Do you know, it was like just weird that he was even there. And I remember him, he didn't warm up. He didn't go out to do any warm-ups. He's a throwback. He didn't have a natural gait of how he run. But football knowledge and football ability was special. And do you know what he had for his pre-match? He didn't have, like, chicken pasta. He used to bring on the bus this little carrier bag full of chocolates and sweets.
No way.
And that was his thing. He wouldn't take a tablet, anti-inflammatory, nothing. That was just his little bag. And I just thought it was just a bit... You know, it was just a bit random. So I just chucked that out for a bit of a talking point to go.
Yeah.
Well, not many people would even realise he played for the football club, I would say. Obviously, and at the top, we could go Erling for sure. Niall Quinn, about being humble, about being respectful.
Yeah.
He came round to my digs with all the young Irish players, looking after everybody.
Wow.
Proper gent. And he was a really, you know, he was a different player. Little and large, I thought that'd be quite interesting. Because he had that at Sunderland with Kevin Phillips. Aguero just off Niall Quinn, you know, just bringing them down. And one mention, manager-wise, which we haven't really said, the team needs managing, Colin Bell. So when I was coming through as well, Colin Bell was my manager. It was, you had like 18s and 21s. It was like A and B team. And he was the 18 manager, Colin Bell.
No way.
Yeah, so there's my manager. So I've squeezed him in.
You've got him in there
but we just missed him on
He's well thought out there, Michael Brown.
Just a bit of a change.
Very well
Yours
thought
was
out.
Obvious, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, but, you know, I'd say
I don't think anyone would have seen the Peter Beardsley shout coming back.
I just thought of it. I was thinking midfield, and I thought...
No, that's... I like
David
that.
Silva, I mean, it's hard to take. But,
I'm going to try and get them maybe to throw up my... I made a favourite 11, like some of the fan favourites 11. So maybe if we have... Maybe I'm actually... If one of the team can do it during the game, we'll bring it maybe at full time. But let's see what our guests on our wall thought today. We've got Braden and Georgina with us. Braden, what were thoughts on Brownie's team there? I mean, were you familiar with all of them, Braden?
Are you just doing it to try and be different? What is going on? No,
I was just following what you do generally, so, you know, you throw us a...
Oh, come on. And then, to be fair, the only shout I agreed with was Fernandinho. And then Schmeichel in net in an all-star City 11. Come on.
See, what you got to understand, I did pick somebody else, but the producer changed me on it, said, go on, let's chuck Schmeichel in, so you can ask him an honest opinion.
Right, we'll find out. We'll find out. Come on, Braden, go on then. We'll come to yours first then, Braden. This is your all-star 11 as well. I mean, quite similar to myself. I mean, talk us through Zabi at right back. I mean, great shout there, Braden.
Yeah, I mean, when I was looking at yours, Kel, I thought it was pretty much the same.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of, I think there's only Fernandinho and Zabaleta. Ederson speaks for himself. I don't think there's been anyone better. And that back line, I mean, come on. If you're coming up against that back four, you're not getting past them. Clichy, what a player he was.
Yeah.
What a man. Company's got to be the captain as well. Stones, of course. Zabaleta, he was a warrior.
Yeah.
If you have Zabaleta in your team, you're winning the game. The midfield, do we even need to say anything? I mean, come on, that is a ridiculous midfield. And then, of course, Haaland and Aguero. I thought, to be honest, they'd pick themselves for everyone's team, but clearly Michael had other thoughts.
How long has Haaland been here at the football club, Braden?
Oh, come on. Erling Haaland.
Bit longer than Peter Beardsley.
How long? Yeah, but mine's a bit... Come on, he's serious with this, isn't he? I'm gonna tell Kyle as well that you didn't think he'd done enough for the football club. Ooh. So we'll have a little look at that throughout the season. He's going to make a guest appearance, so I'm sure when you're around, we'll have a little chat about that.
Georgina, shall we come to your team? I mean, thankfully you won't be getting passed on to Kyle Walker, because Kyle Walker does make your All-Star 11. But talk us through it, Georgie. I'm very happy you've done this, because great to see Joe Hart in net as well to kick us off.
Can I just say, guys, putting together this All-Stars 11 was arguably one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my adult life. But I think I've cooked with this. I'm not going to lie. I think I've cooked. So Joe Hart, of course, when I think of City goalkeepers, he's the first one that springs to mind for me. I think he bleeds blue, so I'm glad I put him in there.
For sure.
Defence-wise, I think if any attacker is looking at them four, I'd just give up. I wouldn't even lace my boots. What is the actual point? You've got Kyle Walker and Diaz are a very underrated partnership. I think those in the treble season, oh my goodness, absolutely unbelievable. Company there as well. You can't not put Company in the All-Stars. Sure. I think his leadership, his moment, that Leicester goal for me, he could do nothing else in a City top apart from doing that Leicester goal. So he's cemented himself in there. And Cancelo, I feel like no one's put him in there, but I liked him in a City top, and I think, he works well with that back
It's
four.
a great shout, Judge, because, and also as well, actually, I think more attacking-wise with your defence, particularly with Cancelo, he was so naughty going forward, and actually, right side or left side, him as an attacking threat, I mean, he was, some of them, was it the Trivela with the outside of the boot assists were just outrageous. Thank you, man. Don't worry about that.
Outside of Swaz in the right.
Little Swaz there. Got the keepers going. Then we moved into midfield as well. And I think kind of basically very similar to Braden's as well there. It's an unbelievable midfield, that.
Oh, thank you. So I've done kind of like a 4-1... a 4-1-2-1.
Yeah.
Kind of, if that makes sense. So put Rodri there, obviously. Ballon d'Or winner, World Cup winner, Euros winner. I mean, what hasn't he won?
Winner of it all.
And then De Bruyne and Toure together are no-brainers for me. I think those two would make the Premier League All-Stars 11. So not having them in the cities just doesn't make sense for me. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, El Maggio, David Silva, number 10 or number 21. I think he's a no-brainer as well. And then attack. I started with attack, actually, and then I went down. But I just thought, you can't choose. I genuinely could not choose. And I thought, you know what? Put both of them in. Why not?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think any defence, if they saw them two lining up opposite you, would be devastated. Don't know what's happened there, Nicky. I did have you originally in my 11, but I think something's chatting away. No appearance.
To be fair, I think I'd be quite happy just helping the kit man there with some of the names getting banned about some of the great goalkeepers, because when they asked me to do it, they said you can include yourself, but. I think that would have been a bit off to put myself in front of Joe Hart and Edison and Bert Trautmann and the others. So
it's fair. It's very fair.
I can't believe you said you found it so difficult to pick the 11. I did mine in 5 minutes driving back.
No, you can see Brownie as well.
I think you can tell.
That's what we want.
I'll ask you both before, and we're going to probably hopefully speak to you maybe at half-time and full-time as well, but if there was, this might be even harder, your favourite player out of that 11, who would it be, Georgina or Braden? Let's go first. Georgina, I'll come to you if you...
Braden goes first.
Go on, Braden.
I can't do it.
Oh, I think it's got to be Aguero, hasn't it? I mean, it's just got to be for me. I love Aguero, and David Silva is probably a close second. That's really difficult, but I think just for who he is, he's got to be Sergio.
You're going Serge. Georgina?
I'm going to say David Silva, because I think if someone who'd never watched football before asked me, who should I watch the highlights of to fall in love with football, I'd say David Silva.
That's a great
Would you
answer,
pick the same? It's interesting and weaves. I'd go Kevin De Bruyne.
Do you know... I'd go David Silva. And I think Georgina summed it up perfectly. But my granddad, who would always have said Colin Bell, I think that he would still go Colin Bell. Would go Kevin De Bruyne.
Colin Bell.
But he also said Kevin De Bruyne is the closest he's ever seen to Colin Bell.
I think I'd have to go Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I just think... I think when he was good, his good were better than everyone else.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
But you can make an argument for him.
I think for me, I'll add to Georgina's point, is we were watching City as a game, and you got to see a Kincladze. I'd never seen a player in a City shirt do what David Silva did until David Silva came along. So I think that's maybe why it trumps.
I'm going to say something now as well. Brownie perhaps agree with me or not. I'm going to say that Kincladze probably had more ability than anyone in any of the teams that we've picked. That guy was off the charts, but he probably attitude and he didn't have the career he should have had. But ability-wise, he was up there with.
Was it that classic thing of was ahead of his time in a way? Also, how did we find him? That was the thing, because we signed him for, was it what's the name of his Dynamo Pleason or something? I think
Dynamo Tbilisi.
Yeah, Tbilisi, that's it.
There's another quiz question for you then.
Go on then.
The 5 Georgians that City had who played for them.
5 Georgians.
Braden will know these. You'll know all these, won't you?
Braden,
he knows all about City.
With these 5 Georgians.
The connection's going.
Is it? Earpiece is going down, is it?
5 Georgians.
It's a tough one.
It's tough. Leave that with us, though, actually. I mean, see if we
Might be 4. But
maybe 4. All right, we'll see if we can get some people in touch. See if anyone who knows that, get in touch with the show. It's a great question, actually. See, maybe if the producers behind the scenes could come up with some questions like that. You know what I mean? Shots fired. No, OK, we'll leave that with us. Georgina, Braden, if we were looking at a sub-bench, I don't know, all right, that was the best 11, but were there any fan favourites that you'd maybe want to throw in there that maybe not necessarily the best, but, I mean, still the best, but for different reasons? Who would you put in there?
I've got a good one, actually. I think, not Michael Brown, sorry.
Like you right now. Sort you out after me. Like, why are you so shocked putting your hand on your mouth? That's outrageous.
Sorry, just surprised that came out then. I think Ilkay Gundogan, for me, was one of the most underrated players I think I've seen at City. I thought he was brilliant whenever he played. So I think, I think Gundogan coming off the bench.
There, isn't he? He's just pleasing Pep. Yeah. That's all he's doing, honestly.
No one's mentioned Bernardo, has they?
Bernardo's another one. I mean, Georgina, is there anyone else you'd want to maybe chuck in there as well? Notable mentions?
Yeah, I was on top of Gundogan. I was going to add Bernardo Silva as well, and Mahrez. I feel like we've not spoken about Mahrez.
Riyad all day.
Outrageous.
For Riyad's character as well. The lads loved him.
Phenomenal. And also, best first touch I've ever seen in a Manchester City shirt. That was impeccable. Right, we're going to be handing over to our commentary team in just a sec. So thank you so much, Georgina and Braden. We'll chat to you in a little bit. Great to have you on. Just to let you know as well, when we do hand over to our commentary, which today is our listener man alongside Clive, well, you can get it on City Plus. So you can sign up to watch for the game live. It's $9.99. Or here is the bargain of the year. If you just pay $34.99, you will get exclusive access to City Plus for the entire season. So you'll be able to get commentary for every game that we deliver from Alistair Mann and whoever joins him for that game, as well as coverage of our women's, our EDS and our under-18s, and some exclusive Manchester City documentaries as well. So it's $9.99 if you want today's game, but you can also treat yourself for $34.99 to get City Plus for the entire season. There we are. This is the banners making their way out onto the pitch now as we build up to our game against the League Allstars in Seoul, South Korea. Michael, Nicky kind of mentioned it before. We kind of don't have to worry about the result like this. I mean, you said the manager will want to win, build momentum, but there's other things that are more important in the pre-season.
Yeah, I think the one thing is which slightly different. A manager coming in would want to try and get results, but it's not the be-all. You know, he will start to find balance. He'll be trying to look for rhythm, as we said, getting minutes into the players and starting to build a picture in his head where he feels like he can benefit quickly. And he'll be looking for that first game. He'll be looking for the Community Shield, going, right, that's what's ahead of me. Then I need to build something that I feel I can give a really good grounding to be able to go on and deliver titles, to be in the Champions League finals, to go all the way in different competitions, because that's what's expected. That's the pressure of this football club. But again, it's very disjointed at this moment in regards to the players. So it's just nice to go and see people getting opportunities and minutes and just getting a rhythm back, getting some fitness. But I think it's a really good test for them.
It really will be. And you know, when they mention as well these patterns of play, I guess this is the other thing, is you've got the freedom here without the pressure to be trying things, whether they come off or not. So we'll probably be keeping out to see if we're going to see some Enzo sprinkles into maybe how he wants his team to play further down the line.
Also, we spoke about the personnel, didn't we? So he'll obviously want to see some patterns, but he might want to see different players. You know, we talked about Rico and Aït-Nouri, slightly different positions, Guardiola maybe. So, yeah, he might want to see different players in different positions with other people in and around him. So he's still experimenting, but like Brownie said, he still want to win. He's a winner. He wants to win. He wants to see some goals. It's just a really odd game with the the opposition's sort of really unknown. So, but yeah, listen,
you can't forecast what they're going to do so easy today. That's the point. You'll know their individual strengths, but as a collective, it'll be. There's no real footage. There's no like. That's
something you're pulling apart.
And the analysis won't. Straight as soon as the game's on, they'll work out what's happening. Yeah, they'll work it out pretty quickly.
Interesting. Well, let's find out how they get on. So, as I said, sign up now to City Plus, $34.99 for the season to get commentary from Alistair Mann, as well as exclusive access to all those games I mentioned. And then we're going to be back at half-time and then full-time. Thank you to Braden, thank you to Georgina, to Scott, to Sean and to FG, of course to Nicky and Michael Brown, and most importantly to you. So here it is, second pre-season game, second game under the Enzo Maresca era. It's Manchester City versus the K-League All-Stars. Come on, City.